the first units we bought out in Kingwood, the first 3 we remounted once. The 4th unit we bought was only a couple of months old when we were annexed by the city of Houston. But so we had 4 units. At the time of annexation, we stored those units for almost a year before we finally sold off the first one, which was the original Fraser unit that had been remounted. It was originally on an 86 Ford chassis, and we had remounted it on a 91 Chevrolet chassis and had perfect results with it. Had the same air conditioner on it. We did change the generator just to, make sure that we were going to be good to go on that. And I even amazed John Griffin at what we sold it at. Him and I both appeared at a Cadillac dealership one day when they were, there was a group trying to buy some ambulances to send to Costa Rica. And I went in there and I told them that I wanted at least $25,000 for this ambulance, for this used ambulance with a box that was 11 years old and with a chassis that was already 5 years old. And actually the chassis was 6 years old. And even John Griffin said, "You'll never get that." And I said, "I know what it's worth." And I got $24,000 for it. And instead of buying 3 or 4 ambulances and sending them to Costa Rica, they bought 2. They bought my Fraser unit and a Type 2 unit from Fraser that was a trade-in. And he was amazed, but the unit was just that good. They had it inspected mechanically, and they had it inspected for ambulance purposes and passed with flying colors. So, and since then, I've worked in the city of Humble, and they already had, when I went to work there, they had 2 Fraser units, and actually they had 3. And I since have added a 4th unit, but we've also since replaced 2 of the 3 that they had. And what we've decided to do, rather than remounting them, because the first time I brought one over to talk about remount, John Griffin said, "I'd be more than happy to take your money, but I would keep driving this one because it's just in that good a condition. Everything works. There wasn't any problems with it. We were just concerned that we were getting up there in the 5 and 6 and 7 year old bracket with the chassis." But we ended up deciding, I did a cost analysis on it, and we figured that if we, instead of remounting the vehicles at 5 years, if we keep them till they were about 8 years old, we would get a very high resale on the entire unit and save overall in the long haul the cost of remounting versus buying new. So that's what our program is doing right now. We're basically replacing it at 8 years. And with that said, the last unit we replaced was actually 10 years old. So we kept it. And we didn't get as good a resale on it because it had a Chevrolet diesel chassis, which those didn't do very well back then. Yeah. But overall, we think that that's our best way of doing it, and the resale's the best, and we keep our units in near perfect condition because we rotate them a lot and take care of them.